And we're delighted that you're all gathering here today to start the second half of 2023 with this powerful session to learn how to maximize LinkedIn for career growth. We have with us here a very highly esteemed person, the person of Mr. Samuel Ajiboyede, who is a digital innovator and business strategist, shown that LinkedIn can be like a playground, and he has proven that LinkedIn is actually one good place that we can build our personal brand. So today we'll be learning from Mr. Samuel, and I am Eza Philippe, GMNSC, the membership officer of the Phone NSC Keja branch, and I'll be moderating today's session. I look forward to a wonderful time with you all today. To begin with, as is our culture in NSC Keja branch, we take the second stanza of the national anthem for our opening prayer, and we would invite the person of Joy Ochai GMNSC to lead that for us. So Joy, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, please. Can everyone hear me, please?
Yes, Joy, you can hear you. Please.
Hello?
Okay. Hi, Joy, can you hear me?
So we're taking the second. Yes, I can. So we're taking the second stanza of the national anthem on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and live in just and truth, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Amen.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, Joy, we say a very big thank you to you for that beautiful prayer. That was very solemn and sober. Next, we'll be going to the branch anthem.
Thank you.
We'll follow the media as it's being played. All right.
There is no other branch of the NSC like Ikeja branch. It's the 32nd branch of the NSC. It's a branch to match. Building a viable engineering culture dedicated to bring out the best and to nurture best of the best. The second to none is Ikeja branch. Best of the best. The second to none is Ikeja branch. With God on our side will be no fair and wide, where the branch to watch. With wisdom we will lead, and discretion we will build, will be known for us. Together we will make a great nation, proud innovations and professionalism all around. The best of the best, second to none is Ikeja branch. Best of the best, second to none is Ikeja branch.
That was a beautiful one. The best of the best, the second to none is the Keja branch. And it's not just like it's a song, it is actually the truth because over the years we have proven over time that we actually we're actually passionate about growing our members and the public in general, especially in line with our professional development as young engineers of the we'll be moving on to the branch and we'll be moving on to the opening address to be taken by our coordinator of the phone NSC Keja branch, the person of engineer Messiah Ahmed, MNSC. Engineer Messiah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Peace. Kindly confirm if I'm audible, please.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right. Good evening, Chairman, ESCO, members of NSE Ikeja branch in absentia. Some of them will be joining us in the course of this meeting. Good evening to every member of the leadership team of YIFON here present, the membership officer, publicity officer, and our general secretary. We appreciate your presence. Good evening to all members of YIFON here present, YIFON NSE Ikeja branch. And good evening to our distinguished guest for today, Sir Samuel Ajiboyede. It's a pleasure having you. Good evening to every guest here present, our superb participants for today. It's a pleasure to have you all here today for this session. It gives me great pleasure to say Happy New Month to you all. While planning for this event, we try to make sure we want to start the second half of the year learning. Unfortunately for us, after so much engagement and all planning, all went into ensuring today was a success. I want to especially tell our guest speaker, we were following up back and forth on LinkedIn with him, following up on his DM and all. And I want to thank him so much for his love for young people. Despite his busy schedule, he accepted to be here with us today and to give a part of him, which is priceless, and we don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. We all have been hearing about LinkedIn, and there are exciting stories people have been sharing on LinkedIn. It's one app that I believe every professional should be on, especially if you know the value of putting yourself out there in the modern generation we all live in. And we got to discover that many people don't even know how to start. Some don't even know how to come up with their first post. I remember just a few days ago, a participant of the just concluded power system training of the YIFON NSE Ikeja branch made a post on LinkedIn, and we were all impressed because she stated it was her first post, but I must confess the post was superb. I didn't expect anything less because she was the overall best participant of the just concluded training. So it gladdens my heart to see that someone who could just make a first post for the first time could put out something nice. Some of you have very fantastic profiles. You are doing so well in your career, but you just don't know how to put it out there. Some don't even know how to put out the story. You have a great story, but maybe you are shy, you don't know how to start. That is why we are here today. We want to show you how to put yourself out there, how to connect, how to network. The beautiful part of all this is all you need is data, right? With the right time and the amount of data you need once you're online. At the same time, you could just be in your room somewhere, anywhere in the world, and you're connecting with someone elsewhere. For example, I've never met Mr. Samuel Ajiboyede, but today, courtesy of this event, we have the privilege of meeting him, and we will engage with him. And taking it up from there, the world is a global village. There are so many great things we could definitely do together. And that's the beautiful thing about social media. So as professionals, I see no reason why you shouldn't have a LinkedIn page, a LinkedIn profile rather, for yourself. And if you run a small business, it's nothing stopping you from having your own LinkedIn page. The amazing thing I discovered about LinkedIn most recently is that before people will check your website for whatever business or company you're running, many people want to check your profile on LinkedIn first, or your page on LinkedIn. So it has come to be the in thing, and I would appreciate the fact that we all maximize this opportunity to gain from our guests today. This is something that we can't pay for, and we so much appreciate his time here. I know you all are all ready. I'm so impressed to see the number. This is 14 and 34 people online. I really want to appreciate everyone, especially for those who, this is actually a YIFON event, but it's knowledge is for everyone. I'm so impressed to see so many senior ones joining in. I could see our branch vice chairman, Engineer Nimot Muili, is already here with us. Welcome, Ma. It's a privilege to have you with us. So I believe at this point in time, I would just want to say thank you all once again for joining in. And I believe at the end of all this session today, we all be glad that we spared our time to benefit from this training. So once again, happy new month to us all, and I wish you all a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Engineer. That was a wonderful welcome address. Yes, we all as professionals need to take our personal branding seriously. And LinkedIn as the number one professional network is giving us that platform. It's left to us to leverage that platform as much as possible. Moving on next, we'll be reading the citation of our guest speaker before we start the lecture for today. To do that, we have our publicity secretary. We have our general secretary for Ifon NSC Kenya branch, the person of Omoshewa Aro, GMNSC. So Shewa, over to you to read his.
Good evening, everyone. I'm audible.
Yes, we can hear you, begin.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Standing on existing protocol as presented by the coordinator. My name is Omoshewa Arolo, GMNSC, General Secretary of the Young Engineers Forum of Nigeria, NSC Ikeja branch. And I'm about to read the citation of our guest speaker for today. Samuel Ajiboyede is a visionary leader, renowned AI expert, and Forbes prestigious Circle member. As the founder of Zido, Rover, and Fleet Partners, Samuel has consistently demonstrated his ability to establish successful ventures that leave a lasting impact. He has received global endorsements from Tech Nation, solidifying his reputation as a prominent figure in the technology industry. His groundbreaking work and meaningful insights have been featured in top publications like Yahoo and Forbes. Samuel's expertise and entrepreneurial journey have been chronicled in prominent magazines, including the authorship of Entrepreneur's Diary, showcasing his extensive knowledge and experiences in the field. In addition to his achievements, Samuel plays an influential role as a mentor to numerous CEOs and emerging entrepreneurs. His guidance and mentorship have empowered individuals to navigate the complexities of the business world and achieve their goals. With a remarkable blend of accomplishments, Samuel Ajiboyede stands as an embodiment of success, recognized globally for his contributions to technology and entrepreneurship. His membership in Forbes, global endorsements, and founding of multiple successful companies and features in renowned publications exemplify his exceptional influence and expertise in the industry. Here is the citation of Samuel Ajiboyede. You're welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Big and C. That was a very powerful point. So we've heard of the man Samuel Ajiboyede, and now we have him with us live. We are going to pick his brains. Maybe a little bit after his session, I will talk more about Mr. Sam. But let's hear from him how we can maximize LinkedIn for career growth. Over to you, boss.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm sure everyone is excited. I'm glad to be here because I'm also a member of Nigeria Society of Engineers. I was also a member as a student, and it's a group that really a way to start life, to begin to engage to a lot of community activities and all of that. It interests me to be part of this. And a quick one, a lot of people tend to forget I'm an engineer. I read computer engineering in Lautech before I begin to do other things. So I still remain an engineer. And it will amaze you the power of being an engineer. I noticed that a lot of us, we don't capitalize on the power of being an engineer. Engineering is about data, is about design and all of that. about planning and execution, and that is what life is all about. So let me crack you guys' mind. Of recent, we opened our new office in the UK, where we want to start the company that we do here. It's an extension of what we do here. And I was fortunate to be in the flight with a woman, very profound woman. She's a teacher, and she brought her daughter up very well. She had first class in mass communication from University of Lagos. So we keep talking. She talked so well about her daughter. I enjoyed the discussion. What's very amazing, she said all beautiful things. Now she had all A's and all of these fantastic things. So I said, wow, I would really want to meet your daughter. And I don't even know, I don't even mind if you can interview her to work with us in the UK. And she said, I would be glad that in fact, she's looking for a job right now. And all that. So it was a good time. I enjoyed it, and I was expecting to meet these wonderful ladies. Now, so she connected us together. We started talking, and the first thing I asked about her is that, can you just share me your LinkedIn profile? She doesn't have any. For me, I'm sorry, but for me, it's a deal breaker. Okay, because you see, it's amazing right now that people are ignoring the power of technology. People are ignoring the power of trend. People are not on top of their game. So when she told me that she's gonna check it out and know what it's all about, so I didn't bother asking her about other tools she can use, because I'm almost sure that I will just have to embarrass her further. So I just told her that, okay, let's talk some other time. We'll talk. And the woman reached out to me, and I told her that, would you mind if I can advise your daughter? Discuss with her and find out if she will be willing for me to advise her. So I'm going to advise her, and things going to change. That she's been looking for a job in the UK for a long time, and she's not getting any. But if you permit me, I don't like getting to poke nose into people's affairs. But if you think, you believe, based on our discussion, I can really impact her, can you allow her to call me again? So I open up to her. I say, the truth is that the world has changed. What are selling is beyond academic qualification right now. Everybody are looking for how people can create a vision in their company using the right tools. So people want to be able to help them promote their brand in some little micro ways. If everybody in the companies and on LinkedIn, that means you are projecting the brand of the company. And it tells you that you are also consuming the right content. It's just a mindset to say that this person is on the track to become something very great. And the person is conscious about what they consume and what they listen to, and the way they are intentional about how they build their life. So quick one. So good day, everyone. Good day, the NSC coordinator, the engineers on board, every great engineer that is here right now. We've done amazing things for ourselves. We've built good career, but we need to turn to these things to things that are visible. Because no matter how good you are, no matter you have built yourself to become a great product, if you are not visible, it's like creating a product without distribution. Okay. Some of us came out with first class, we had the best grade, we've worked so hard, so and zoom into what we're doing in school, a lot of calculus, a lot of different calculations. Our engineering are difficult now, but we've not been able to showcase this our gift in a more appropriate way that can result into greater opportunity. If I ask now that how many of us are on LinkedIn, I can tell that it might not be all of us. Some of us are still struggling to find a way around become on LinkedIn. I know it's not only LinkedIn, there are other tools we're going to talk about as we go down the line. But why did I talk about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is the biggest professional network in the world. And LinkedIn is your digital profile. Okay? It's what tells me about you. I can tell you who you are by analyzing your LinkedIn profile. From the kind of profile pictures, from the kind of the way you summarize yourself, the kind of content you put out there, and the kind of things you engage with, the kind of interactions, I can analyze and I can have idea of how professional you are and how tech driven you are just by analyzing your LinkedIn profile. So a lot of us are forgetting that LinkedIn, in fact, right now, I can tell you there are companies that they don't even employ people. They employ people only from LinkedIn. And the reason is simple. They want people that have some level of technology awareness. They don't want people that you see have to start teaching them what the importance of LinkedIn, what the importance of personal branding, what is the importance of communication, what is the importance of using digital tools and all of that. What is the importance of building the trend to be on top of a game? Okay, so LinkedIn will go deeper into that. But what I want to tell you is that a lot of people have taken advantage of moving with the new technology. The world is changing so fast that you cannot learn everything. In fact, there's a lot of noise than things that are important, but not quickly moving on top of this game is making people to begin to lose focus, lose grip of their future. Because if you look at when Facebook came, Facebook makes a new set of billionaires, some new set of influencer, some new set of brand driven people. Now, what does that mean? Some people who came earlier able to build reasonable followers, reasonable influence, and off we go. If you go to Instagram, you see a lot of people that I give an example like Today Elon. We know Today Elon. Today Elon is a failed musician. Sorry to say that, But today you have no choice. We are talking about Instagram. You will not mention his name because it capitalized on that moving wave. Look at Faust, the same thing. It capitalized on that moving wave. And today you can say they are successful. They are brand to be reckoned with. The same thing, we have people on different platforms. We have TikTok, we have different platforms. Now we have AI that is the in thing that is raining, that is created a lot of value, but people have not even have this boldness enough to try things out, to figure it out. They allow a situation to unravel things for them. You need to go after trying to see what is the in thing, what is the impact, because we are young and some of us we are looking at building great company or working with a great company. We need to be able to predict our future. We need to be able to predict what happens next about us. That is why we need to be on top of what is changing around the digital world. The world is moving from the physical world to the digital world. That is why today we are all here talking that sometime we want to have meeting, we all be rushing to a particular spot to see how we can have a meeting. But the world has moved. Trust me, the world has moved. Employment have moved. Nobody want to come to office anymore. Things has changed. Things are leveraging purely on technology. And that's why sometimes it pains me when I see people who have high grade and I see someone who had no school doing better than them because the guy took advantage of the technology that is moving, took advantage of the trend, and is standing still. There are people on LinkedIn that I know that is more than 100 that if they say they need job today, they will get today anywhere, anytime. Because they've been intentional about themselves, they've been intentional about what they are doing. So people have already perceived them to know what they are doing, and they've been able to get used to a lot of tools. And every company want to be part of that kind of person because they want to leverage on their brand, they want to leverage on their skills. So education has moved to the digital world, and that is why we have to change our approach to life. We have to change our approach to life. And I'll tell you why your branding, your digital personality, your brand is very, very important. Those days when you see people, you see them and you have a chat with them, you can perceive who they are, what is their personality and all of that. But nowadays, you hardly see people because everything happens online. So how do you value that person? Don't allow people to tell your brand anyhow, to determine who you are anyhow. It's just a digital space. You can put out everything. You can put out everything. You can present yourself in the best format you want it to be. In fact, I tell people. I remember one time when we invited a guest from US for a program in Nigeria, and everybody has come and gone. Immediately she got to me, She looked at me and said, Sam, you are the only real person I've seen here. I said, what do you mean by that? You know, when I went home, I realized that what she's practically saying is that I'm not far away from my profile. It means that maybe I'm not telling my story enough. He said the other people, their profile is far away from them. What does it mean? That he was expecting them to be high up? Maybe they are not up to what she was expecting. For me, it depends on how anybody can interpret it. Because my own, I feel that these people are very good with branding. So they brand themselves much more than who they are. That's what I'm able to interpret that to. And she said, oh, maybe I need to do more work to also increase my brand, maybe to be ×2 of who I really are. Because what I'm saying apparently is that how do people determine who you are? They determine who you are by the perception, your digital perception about you, what they see about you. So how are you intentional about what you do on LinkedIn? What are the things that you do? So we quickly go into that. I've been able to summarize. So now let's go straight to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most biggest professional network. There's no company that is doing well in the world today that does not have their top management on LinkedIn. Before I moved to the UK, moved to the company to the UK, I was already talking to people that would need to work together with them, even without moving from this country. I already started engaging with them, engaging with government, engaging with ABCD, how we need to do this. This is my plan. How do we get this done? Okay, how do we get this funding? How do we get to do this? Everything was structured out without leaving my room, okay, because of digital footprint. So first of all, you need to know that if you're not on LinkedIn, you are not doing yourself good. Trust me, you're not doing yourself good, because you can't tell me you're not professional, because every engineer is assumed to be a professional, except maybe there's something I don't know, but I think every engineer should be a professional. So if you are a professional, then you should be on LinkedIn. So if you are not on LinkedIn, where else do you want to be? So I see great professionals, they have Instagram. They don't have LinkedIn. So I asked the question, oh, you're a professional. You are not on a professional network. So, but you're on Instagram, but you're not on LinkedIn. So do you think if I want to check you up, I'll go to Instagram to check you up? I will not. I would rather go to LinkedIn. So you need to be on LinkedIn, because that's the biggest professional network that we have. In fact, the most popular, the most used. If you go to Microsoft, call any company, I can tell you 50% of the management teams are on LinkedIn. It's becoming a strong force. And it will also amaze you that we have very few Nigerians on LinkedIn. And what does that tell you is that you have an advantage to sell yourself, because we have limited people who are even aware of this platform. And that's one thing I always want to tell people every time I meet the young, why are you not on LinkedIn? Why are you not putting out content? Why are you not leveraging on this? And I will tell you, even us that we do business, we close a lot of deals, millions of dollars on LinkedIn, without leaving the comfort of our homes. So LinkedIn is one, important for us to be on LinkedIn. Now, being on LinkedIn, it will help you build your brand, build your perception, create massive network, massive collaborations, massive access, and there are ways to go about this. So the first thing you need to do is have to have a good profile picture, describe yourself. I remember sometime when I was trying to talk to some people to put up their LinkedIn, they say they don't have a story. So I said, okay, you don't have a story. Get a pen there. Tell me everything about yourself. So what I did is that when they were telling me everything about themselves, they will mention something that's remarkable, or I feel they didn't know that it's important, but just keep telling me your story about yourself. Say, I did this when I was in school. Okay, I noted it down. I did this. So I noted all the things they've done in their life. And I realized that people have great profile, but they've not even figured out that they actually had a good profile. Some of them will say, oh, I was just part of the team. You're part of the team, but you also did that. You contributed because you were part of the team. You don't have to be the team lead. Okay, you executed a project that was so number of that resulted to so number of billions, but you're part of the team that did that. So you did that. Okay. So I was beginning to analyze to them that the fact that you are part of the team, we are not the team lead, does not mean you're not part of the project. All people want to know is that you have historical footprint in different level of achievement in your life. So I began to take note. Oh, when I was working, anybody want to say something?
Please, everyone should mute their mic so we can follow along. Thank you.
So okay, so as I was saying, you need to be able to atomize. I am telling you, no matter who you are, the only thing that happens in your lifetime is that your achievements changes. So you pick the one you want to take the public. Okay, and that's why sometimes some HR will say they still want to meet you because they know that you cannot put everything about your life there. You know, you cannot talk about maybe you represented your school, you lead, but when you're starting, you have some things about school that you did that will be on your profile. Oh, okay. And the way you present them, you have to see every achievement that you achieve. You have to present it in a more decent and proud way. Because if you yourself does not appreciate what you have achieved, how do you want a third party to appreciate it? It's as simple as that. So if you know that you're a part of a team that develops something that maybe you're part of the team that developed Jumia, maybe all you have just done is to do the API or you write some code or this, you're part of that company. You're part of that great success. Tell the story. I did this, I did it. I was part of people that did. Make sure, write all your achievements and see them, weigh them and see which one are important. Try to organize them with time, linking them together, because you also need to show people that you are an expert in an area. Sometimes it becomes difficult for people like us that we are into a lot of things, but you have to still figure it out. I tell people, especially when you're in your early stage, you might have a lot of skills. Try to see where you want to focus on at the moment. Don't make it look as if you do everything. Make it precise on some way to put them together. You could be a serial entrepreneur, do other thing, but there are some core that you do that you want to identify with. You can't be identified with everything. You have to have that in your mind. So you might say, okay, I want to be identified with now AI. So everything I'm going to do is going to focus more on the AI side. But I can still write some other thing. I did this, I did this, I did that. But let you be identified with a particular expertise, a particular discipline, let it be well spelled out. Then there's some general skills that people want. They want people that are good with branding, people that are good with social media, people that have some level of influence online. They want people who are very good with talking, communications, speaking, public speaking, and all of that. Because when you talk about any job, you speak, you engage, you communicate, you do presentation. So when you put all those skills, those are general soft skills that also sells you. You can also say your social media, whatever you love it, you know, let everything. Another easier way is to look at somebody that is closer to you, that you think his profile is good, and tailor your own around it. So there's really no need to say you want to invent the wheel. You can look at someone in your level, because sometimes at your level, you need to look at what level you want to play in and see people who are already in that level and use that to draw your own profile so that your profile is outstanding. So now you have a good profile, you have a good picture. Let your background be as clear as possible. Let it focus on you, your face, and all of that. Sometimes some people might not like, okay, I want to take a picture when I'm in a public, doing a public speaking or public engagement. One thing is that is also not bad, but sometimes it tells them about who you are. Oh, this person likes speaking, and everybody wants somebody that likes speaking, that engaging, and all of that. So you can tell when you are holding a mic, or you're just simply. It depends on what you want to achieve, but you have to be intentional about your picture. You have to be intentional, and there's another background that you can put a lot of things. You can put things where you are in group doing a group work, or where you are even speaking, or something that shows the most valuable part of your skills. Don't just waste those space. Then describe yourself in a small way. Don't make it. Sometimes you want to say everything, but when it gets so long, see, we're in a time of digital age that our attention span is very short. immediately you begin to make things very long, and all the people just get tired of it and move on, because we consumed a lot of things unknowingly, unconsciously, every time on our Instagram and WhatsApp and all of that. So if I sometimes they ask you, where did you get to know about this? You can't remember again, because so many things have scrolled to your phone within a day. You don't even know where you consume that content, but you just know that this has happened today. They ask you, where did you hear about it? If you ask a couple of people, they'll tell you that, yeah, I don't know, is it Instagram, WhatsApp, was it LinkedIn or somewhere? I think I came across it somewhere, but I know the news. So that is how we consume things. So because of that, don't make your things very, very short and all of that. Then work on your keyword. What area do you want to see? The reason why you need to work on your keyword is because you want to get content in the area of interest. You don't want any content to just drop into your DM like that. So you try to get follow some hashtag that interests you, so that maybe hashtag that have to do with your discipline or this, so that when anything is happening within the area of interest, you quickly come to you on time. Now, another thing that you need to do on the LinkedIn side is that you need to begin to connect with people that have common interests. Okay, when you connect with people that have common interest, you can be grounded in that discipline, because so when they share content, you see it. So you are beginning to build network and try to connect with people that you need now and you might likely need in the future in 10 years. So you need to be able to have planned out your future and know the kind of things you want. It changes over time. I can tell you that it changes over time. Sometimes you realize that you prefer to be a fintech person. Tomorrow you say you prefer to become an AI person. It changes over time because interests change, or maybe where you feel potential opportunity is shifting, and you want to move with opportunities. So but at the moment you need to move with things you think you need now and in future, and make sure those are what the keywords that you follow. And don't just follow all kind of people. I tell people there are people today that what I did first before we eventually became friends on LinkedIn and did a lot of things together was to first follow them. I follow them, I engage with their content. You see, the way you see LinkedIn and all of that, it's the way people want you to engage with their content. A lot of people, even when I engage with the Prime Minister of UK, people want to respond. You want to comment. You want to like it. So it's a conscious effort to build people you want to be within your cycle. And the easiest way is to start by following them and engaging with their content. See, if you drop a very creative content out there by people who you think you want to build a network with, it could be a mentor, it could be a role model, it could be people you respect, people you believe in their content. By the time you engage with it in an intellectual way, the person turn back and, well, who is this guy? And over time, the person will see you as a friend. And when you see you as a friend, and before you know it, maybe you need to work with that guy or whatever. Maybe you're looking for a job in an area that guy has influence. It's one time, because you already seen your level of intellectual, you have seen your level of the kind of your personality and the kind of people you engage with and the way you put out content, because your content is your digital footprint. Your engagement is your digital footprint, because I'm going to look at you and I'm going to see how you comment on other people and the kind of people you follow and the kind of content that you follow to determine the level of your knowledge and your interest, because these are things that one will be watching out for to know if this guy is the guy that I really want to be within my cycle, that everybody wants someone that can add one value or the other, So you are to see yourself as a value person by giving out great content. When you give out, forget if you give out great content, sometimes you might look as if people are not seeing the content. See, we'll talk about how you can also drive your content. First of all, let's talk about putting out great content. Don't bother so much whether people like your content, whether view your content, whether keep putting out. There are people that naturally will not engage, but they see this new guy coming out, putting out great content. Just be consistent at it and start engaging with similar content. By the time you start engaging with similar content, they will come back and engage with yours. With time, you have to share content and you begin to build your audience. But already you have built your content, now you want to distribute it. Another thing you can also do is that you can also share your content with the member of the engineering society, because maybe you know that these people they will like the kind of content you are putting out there. You can also share with them to benefit from your content. They also can share theirs with you. So by the time you begin to build this, because social media, LinkedIn are community driven, You can't do it in isolation. So you can either build a group. I hope that this NSC have a group on LinkedIn where all members are there. You guys can always also share your content with each other. Oh, wow. By the time A engage with B, B will engage with, so you see that what will be happening, that everybody is exchanging engagement. And from that, new people begin to join the engagement, and you begin to give your engagement. And that's why LinkedIn is a bit more different from the way other social media is. It doesn't care with the number of followers. What it cares is the rate of engagement. So if you begin to have massive engagement, LinkedIn will start pushing it out for you. We'll start pushing it out to new users to see what this guy is putting out there. And when this begins to happen, you begin to get more engagement, more people follow you. And when they see that consistency, see, there are people that know that, oh, total time, this person will talk about this. Let me go and wait for him. And when they don't see it, they begin to ask, oh, you've not done this today. What's going on? Because they begin to build trust in your content, and they believe that the next thing you're going to drop will be something that will enrich them. So they're already waiting. So don't play with your group. You have a company. Because what it does is that it's increasing the footprint of the company as well. And you also have your company image, company page on LinkedIn. Because I tell people that when companies are not investing in branding, it's like they're not respecting their employee. Vice versa, if you employee too, you are not also be on LinkedIn, then it's like you're not respecting your employer. So this is how it is. Because see, it's part about branding. Okay, you want to associate with a great company. A great company also want to associate with you. So if you are not positioning yourself to be a great person, you might likely not get into a great company. So you have to prepare yourself. It's win-win. That's the way branding works. So you need to be able to build your own brand with all that we've spoken. The other thing you need to do is that you have to work with the trend. What is trending? Don't just post anyhow. Try to find out what is trending today. Find out what is trending today. You can always search what is trending and write about trending topic. Now, tailoring it to your own kind of writing. People like when you write from a position of experience, personal experience. It was more when you want to tell a story from a personal experience. And I will tell you now that it's not like those days where you think of what you want to write. If you have heard about ChatGPT is just an amazing tool that is massive. You know, it can help you generate content. If you want him to generate content for you, you can give a sample of your content. It will produce similar content in different areas. So that's another big topic for another day. But I think by now we should be familiar with ChatGPT. We should be familiar with other similar tools, you know, Midjourney and Co. You should be familiar with all these great tools, because the world is going to blow away, because it's going to get to a point whereby it's people who are leveraging on these tools that are going to lead the world. And there are going to be new set of billionaires, there are going to be new set of entrepreneurs, and there are going to be new set of employer. Things are going to change, because I am telling you, the things that people make money from, the thing that people are looking for right now is not in the school yet. Okay, it's not in the school. It's on your YouTube, it's on your LinkedIn, it's where you don't even need to pay. So we have to personally go and see what tools do we need in our industry to help to develop. I remember when I was talking to one architect in London, I was telling me that, I said, okay, see, I have tools that will design my house for me. Oh, I don't need and I wasn't joking. He said, yes, that is the truth. It's changing. It's changing. I have tools that will design the whole house. I'll give him my old house and it will change to a brand new house. You know, I will tell him that, okay, I want to decorate this building. See the picture. He will decorate for me and tell me the color that I will feel. I will change it. I will say, okay, this is what I want. And I have tools that I've just described. a software to, okay, I want to design this software. Can you help me design it? And it designed for me. So everything is changing. So now it is how creative we are and how we are on top of our game. Because the more you are viable in all the tools, that is how you can get a job if you need a job. That's how you can build a career if you need a career. That's how you can build a company if you need a company. Because the truth is that these tools, a lot of them are free, even though if you have to pay, they are usually very, very cheap. But the best thing I can tell anybody that is doing a great career is that it is better to have it all and don't need it than you don't have it. And sometimes it becomes so embarrassing when people are talking about trending things or technology, and as an engineer, you don't even have a grip of it. You don't even know where you can find it around. Talk more of how to use it. It's really not good for people who are forward looking. I think if you are forward looking, you should be on top of your game. Don't allow things to happen today at will. Determine the way people perceive you. Determine what happens to your future. Waking up today to make millions is actually not a big deal like before anymore, because of what AI is doing, because of what uh, amazing tools that we find around us to do. So it's you that you have to begin to look at what area am I focusing. I'm focusing in engineering design and all of that. So what are the required tools that I learn? What are the, you can Google it, or what are the, if you go to ChatGPT, tell them give me the relevant tools that it will give you every relevant tools that you need to know in your field right now. And you can tell me what are trending things in my field right now. I need to position myself, and how can I position myself in the next 30 days to be on top of my game. It will advise you, tell you, oh, do this, do this, do this. I remember when I was going to London. I'll tell you two funny stories. When I was going to London, I told ChatGPT that I want to make this. I want to build a unicorn in 12 months. What do I need to do? He told me, see, you do this, do this, do this, do this. I said, this one is hard. Can you make it simpler? Okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. I said, no, this one I'm not interested in this. Okay, what area are you interested in? Oh, I'm interested in this. This area is my strength. Can you make it around this area? And he built out something that is playing out, and that's what I'm following. I remember when some people were, funny thing about life that some people talk about things they don't execute. I remember when I was just talking with someone, I said, this is what Guinness Book of Record, I want to get one, even though if it's to just hang it on my wall. A lot of people will talk about it, a lot of people will not look at it. I just carry my profile, I gave to ChatGPT. Tell me where can I get one big record. He recommended 10 for me. I said, this one is simple. This one is this one is a bit difficult. This one is simple, I'll do this one. This one I applied. Yeah, okay, and it's solving. So what I'm saying is this: is that things people hear about story. The problem we have with a lot of people, they are consumer. They don't execute. As I'm talking now, some of you will hear. But there's some few people that may hear, which are usually very little percentage, that will take action and their life will change for life. But a lot of people will just go to seminar. They can go to 1 million seminar in a year and do everything and repeat seminar, hear the story. What I will just tell you is that you can take a step at a time. If you feel that what you want to do is to first focus on your LinkedIn, focus on it, achieve it, tick it out. Okay, maybe there's another tools you think you need. Oh, what's really, how do I ChatGPT to help what I'm doing? Oh, I need ChatGPT. Tick it up. Take it one by one. And let me tell you one truth. Technology is much easier to use than before. It's just you making up your mind to use it. Because a lot of people say, I've not used it before. LinkedIn, I've never heard about it. It's very critical. It is not true. In fact, every designer tries to make their products as easy as possible, as friendly. In fact, they make it in such a way that even the dumbest person of the world can use it. So, but some of us will say, I'm not using it. It's a big deal. It is not a big deal. It's not a deal. I can wake up, see, what I don't want to do is what I'm not interested in. The day you wake up and say you're interested in anything, and let me also tell you one secret of life. Things are not as difficult as people think. It's the fear of the unknown that is making people not to progress. I am telling you, they not mention anything in this world. I remember when I wanted to go to the UK. I said I don't want to go to the UK like somebody that will be out to be begging somebody. I don't want to do it. I want to go to the UK like a king. And My friend who knows me very well said, Sam, apply for this global talent. This global talent team, which kind of, me, I don't even know whether I don't want to fill any form, don't like form. I was just joking. So when I traveled, I met my in-law. My in-law used to say, okay, if you are there in UK will pay you more. Apply now. So by the time I opened the requirements, I saw that I have everything that is there. That is how a lot of people are. They will not even check. They will not even check. You will find out that thing you are running away, because you've not taken a step, you will not even see that it's something that you can achieve. See, forget it. Everything is accessible as long as it's there for human being. It's accessible. So whatever you want to do, it's just about you executing. A lot of us will have a big problem. We talk a lot. We talk a lot so much. We don't execute. You know, a person who is good with execution, that's why somebody will say, that Sam execute a lot. Me, before I even plan, I've executed. I fail, I do it again. So that's why I say, my team will say, okay, let's check it very well. We ought to wait. I said, no, how much will we waste? So everybody has a different approach. Some people are executor. Me, I'm an executor. Before I will tell you something, I don't do them. When you're still thinking that, do you know, I've tried it out. I've paid. It has happened. The money has disappeared. I'll do it again. Different way people take risk. So what I'm just saying that we have a lot of people that talk about things more than executing. And that is one of the greatest problems of mankind. We don't, and I ask people, if you believe so much in something, why not try it? Why not try it? And let me also tell you, I remember when I wrote my engineering exam, I think I wrote it twice, or I can't even remember. But you see, in this NSC that we're talking about, but you see, there are some people that wrote it once, that they've not done anything with it. They've not done anything with it. Well, even me that I've had to write it twice, I've done a lot of things with it. So what I'm saying in essence is that execution is key. Whether you fail the first time, do it again. Think about it, evaluate it. And there's a lot of free resources online for you to evaluate. That you don't even need to pay. Their LinkedIn, their Instagram. See, there are some people, if you pick their Instagram today now, all they win them is dance. Me, if you pick my phone, most likely you will see AI, you will see things about branding, you see things about new tools, new technology, because the phones I've studied and I like to listen to. So unconsciously, I even get better. You see, it's not all of us that can love technology or love what we do, but I think it's better if you can find a way to love what we do. Because when you find a way to love what you do, like me now, I don't see myself working, okay? I don't work. I tell people I don't work. I just make money. Because why did I say I don't work? I love what I do. I love it so well. The night I go, this is, it has not worked. I change the permutation. Okay, who do I need to talk? I look at the speed of execution. This one I took a long time. Why? We need to begin to plan our future. I am telling you, it's easier. I'm not joking. It's easier to be successful than before. It is easier to be successful than before. That is why somebody who will start a business now, he will become a unicorn within a short while because the resources are there and the person knows how to capitalize on the trend. You want to sell something, there are a lot of ways you can build influence. And the good thing about social media is that when you build a strong influence, I see a lot of people have dropped chat, I'll see what it's like. When you build a channel, I tell people, I said, one of the things that you can do for yourself is to build an influence, maybe a large followers. You don't need to sell anything. Just talking about it, people are going to buy. People are already waiting to use it because they know you. They consume your content. They know you have social footprint. You have social recognition. You value what you are building. So they know that dealing with you is much easier to deal with someone they don't know. So you need to be intentional about what you're building, your network. See, if somebody send me something now and marketing something to me, the first thing I do is to go and check the followers and check the content. If it's empty, I will not even answer the person. Sorry, because I don't want to, maybe it's a scam, maybe it's a this. See, anybody that is serious will not be a scammer. Anybody is serious will not be a joker. Somebody that will sit down and put up a post, put up an event, write good topic, and get the people. We don't have time for something that doesn't have any value. So those are the way people perceive people. So you have to be intentional. If you think you need another platform, like if you're doing business for professional LinkedIn, or you want to build, maybe you want to sell something, there are other different platforms. But you want to sell something that's retail, you can look at Instagram. TikTok is another crazy place that a lot of people are actually building a lot of influence, you know, and a lot of investors right now, what they are doing is that they are building a lot of funnels, they are building a lot of followership on TikTok, so that anytime they have a company or they want to promote, they push it to those, so those this just change like magic. Why do you see that there are some people today, there's an influencer today, if they post even a song that is not selling, it will sell. It will sell because they have strong influence. So you need to begin to build your influence in your little way, that employer follow you. They follow you one-to-one. See, it's not, see, to get job is the most easiest thing when you build the right infrastructure, the right thing. Somebody will just click and check your LinkedIn. Wow, who is this guy? Oh, how? Wow, I would like to get this guy on board. No. And I'm telling you, most time, they don't even check, don't quickly rush to your education. They check your post, check those things. Oh, engagement. Oh, lovely. Oh, followers. Oh, this person, the content is good. Oh, good writer. Oh, I need this guy to be telling our story. You know, different ways. That alone, see, there are people when they send out inbox to people will always reply because they've been seeing the sign of selflessness in their content. These people are just wanting to make their story, they want to give out, they want to enrich people about what they are doing. And so anytime they have reason to do anything, they will gladly do it. So you have to be intentional about what you're doing. Build a great brand, look very great. Don't just be anyhow about your look. Don't be anyhow. If you're anyhow, they will look at you anyhow. You know, and the way people, when they want to do that, the way they take good picture. Now they want to go to social media, they just put any kind of picture. No, you have to be intentional. What you write, you have to be intentional. See it as a project. See your LinkedIn as a project of success. Oh, I want to succeed. If I talk to anybody, I want them to answer me. If I want to do anything, see it like that. And start from there and look for other ways to be on top of a game. And look at what is trending and learn about it and start talking about it. It's as simple as that. So I think I've spoken so long. I need to hope I've not overused my time.
Wow. No, we could listen to you for the rest of the evening, boss. It's always amazing to hear you talk about LinkedIn. It shows that you're very passionate about impacting others. And I must say that this was a very wonderful session. I've learned so much more. I've learned, in fact, I've been writing since, that's why I have to put off my camera. You mentioned that your content is your digital footprint. If you are not on LinkedIn, where else can you be? It's better to have it all and don't need it than not to have it at all. Build your influence, be brutal about execution, and see your LinkedIn as a project of success. Wonderful points, boss. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And I'm not seeing the actions in the chat. Did we enjoy the session from Mr. Ajiboyede Samuel? He's also an engineer too. And it's wonderful because if you look at his page, wow, that's everything I can say. I mean, the last time he was a LinkedIn head office there, and he's been doing amazing in other very notable positions too. So, boss, we are very honored to have you with us here today. A little backstory of how I got to know Mr. Sam. So, January 2022, I applied for Growth Africa Startups, and you see I'm wearing it today, repping the brand. Yeah, so it was a 1 week training at Lagos Business School, sponsored by Mr. Sam and his company called Africa Startups, and he was teaching us how to build businesses as successful entrepreneurs, tech-enabled businesses, right? But after the 1 week at Lagos Business School, we had about 5 months with Mr. Sam as our mentor. And one of the major topics he would always talk about to all of us as founders was to build your brand. In fact, we had in our community that we're always sharing posts that we do on LinkedIn. All of us had to learn to be active, and that's how much we have grown. In fact, I've seen so much benefit from between then and now, from my person, me being my peers and all, because Mr. Sam has put that LinkedIn in us. So we cannot say if you are on LinkedIn, where else can you be? So I would encourage all of you here, if you have not started leveraging LinkedIn, please do so. Now we've heard from Mr. Sam. There are lots and lots of opportunities that we can leverage from that. Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful power part session. So quickly, we would be doing some practical for us to see more things about how we can. Yeah, we've heard that we can do this on LinkedIn, but then you might ask, how do we do that, right? So I'll be taking us through how we can do this in practice. So I'll be sharing my slide. Can you see my screen, please, Timmy? Hello?
Yes, your screen is up, please.
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So we are going to learn how to maximize LinkedIn for career growth. Mr. Sam has said so many things, but let's just learn by practice. If you have your phone, if you have your system close to you, please bring it out so that we are doing it here. You'll also be doing it on your page. That's learn how to maximize your LinkedIn profile. So this is just a brief background. One thing that stands out from that we have 900 million members worldwide on LinkedIn, including executives from every Fortune 500 company. So the top 500 companies in the world, the executive, like Mr. Sam said, is there on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is like you can connect with anybody. There are no barriers. You can actually connect with even top officials from the organization. It is the largest professional work. So it's better that you start now to build your professional network on LinkedIn. This slide is showing who you can target as young professionals. And you can target individuals such as executive in top organizations, business owners, colleagues and supervisors, even engineering enthusiasts like yourself. Another good part of LinkedIn is that you can also join groups and share very valid posts to groups. You have engineering groups and communities, you have corporate bodies, you have professional groups. So yeah, engineering is quite wide. It is further distilled into other professions under engineering, such as civil engineering, electrical engineering. So you can find those groups on LinkedIn and also join them and also contribute value in those settings. We also have ecosystems and networks of common interest. So say you're an engineer and you like something like tech, you can find tech network, join, and also contribute. So if you're an engineer interested in business, you can also find business networks and join. Note that they are common interests, so they have to be something that is interesting to you too as a person. What are some goals you can look out for as you start building your LinkedIn? First of all, you want to optimize your profile. Optimize your profile means that every section on LinkedIn thoroughly build out. You want to build your personal brand. So it's not just enough to have a profile and just leave it there. You have to be putting out stuff so as to show that you're putting out personal, you're building your personal brand. It's not just about putting out things related to engineering. So also show the human side of you. So you can post about your story, your learning process, your career trajectory, and the rest. That's amazing things you can do on LinkedIn. It also affords you the opportunity to build thought leadership. So say, for instance, for those of us that just finished Power Systems last week, we can start to build thought leadership in Power Systems by writing more about that in our posts. We can also improve our visibility. That is one goal that all of us should have as young professionals. Like Mr. Sam said, LinkedIn is like your digital footprint, right? So, when we improve our visibility, we would also do more to help others see us. And then, what are some things we can work on LinkedIn? So, Sam had already mentioned the profile picture, the banner, your headline and summary. You want to have something beautiful about yourself there. You want to post more informative and educative content. I added white spaces here because in your LinkedIn, each paragraph, you don't want to make it too crammed, like 4, 5, 6, 7 lines for one paragraph. No, leave spaces, like you can paragraph after three lines. That's good so that it is easy to the eyes when someone is looking at it. Also, engagements on page and post. So even on your page and on other people's page, what you want others to do for you, you have to do to them. So you want people to engage on your posts. Yes, you also have to go and engage on other people's posts. So look for creators that you like, that you align with. And when they post, make thoughtful comments. It's not enough to just say, wow, this is nice. Look for something in the comment and comment insightfully on those, because of course you're a professional. You also want to use a variety of content for articles, posts, carousels. So you share carousels by sharing PDF documents. So there's some beautiful things that you see on LinkedIn, like slides. That's just you upload a PDF document in LinkedIn, and that comes out as a carousel. For those of you that are good with design, you can take that. And it's also beautiful that you have all these kinds of posts on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn now separates this. So the articles are on one side, the posts, the carousels, the video, the pictures, and the rest. They are also wonderful ways you can use to show that you're building a strong personal brand. It's important that you share personal journey that is relatable to audience. So it's not every time that you come out and say, celebrate with me, I just got this. We're happy to announce that. It's just like we know LinkedIn to be, right? The whole happy to announce thing. No, we want to share our personal journey. Are there times you failed? Share that on LinkedIn so people can see that you are also human. You're not just a super person like that. Yeah. We also want to use hashtags. So I think each person as a creator, you can assign about 5 hashtags to yourself. So is it 5 or 3? One of the top, confirm. So be particular about what you want to be known for. Artificial intelligence, is it engineering? Add that to your hashtag, and always use those in your posts. Be careful against over using too much hashtags. For example, some people will write a post and use over 200 hashtags. This is not Instagram, this is LinkedIn now. Maximum of 4 or 5 and you're good. Just make sure that you have the hashtag is talking about what is written down in your post. It's also important that you have customized URL. Most recently, all CVs that you have to send out, they'll ask you for your LinkedIn profile. Is that link you sent for them, is it customized? Or does it have like extra numbers and letters? In the next slide, we'll see how we can do this in practices. You want to add license and certification. So say you got certificates in this and this and this training that you did. You also want to add them to your LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is like your digital CV, right? Update skills, update experience, update education sectors, and get recommendations and endorsement. This is one part of LinkedIn that most of us don't have. So we want to do well to have recognition and endorsement on our LinkedIn profile. So that's someone that has worked with you that will talk more about you or even endorse skills that you say you have. Now we are going to do some practical. Let's learn how to do some of these things, right? As much as we can in the next 10, 20 minutes. Sorry, can you hear me, Timmy?
Yes, please, you're audible. We can hear you.
Timmy.
Yes.
So you can as well visit, like open your profile so that we can work on our profiles together. Sorry, please, let me quickly get my okay. So can you confirm you can see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, your screen is
So
on.
this is my all right, thank you. This is my page. If you're using a phone too, it would be something similar but quite different. So let's see what we want to do on LinkedIn. For one thing, look at your URL. So this is my page. I open my profile and I'm seeing my URL. You see that it ends with my name, Ezafukwe, right? So if you look at yours and you have other extensions, you can quickly edit it from here. You can edit your URL and change it up so that it is exactly customized to you. So this will help you rank in your SEO. So please look at your profiles now. If you have something added to the back of your link, please to ensure that your LinkedIn is fully optimized, and then it will also help you rank right on Google. The next one is other parts of your link. So it's better to have something like a banner. This thing behind this, you can see where my cursor is, right? It's better to have something like a banner behind. Add a simple profile picture that is mostly like a headshot. This part is like your headline. Let it be something brief. Your what you want people to know about you at first. Your about is a summary about yourself. So talk more about what you've done and what you want people to know, right? So you would see here is featured. Top of my profile, you see the ones I featured. You can add featured items to your LinkedIn page. What I want to show you all quickly is how to look for. You see that I have all sections filled out. So on go to LinkedIn and look for how to fill up all those. Your awards, your certificates, everything, projects that you've worked on, you can add them all to your LinkedIn page. Now I'm going to this part talking about recommendations. So say I want to ask someone to recommend or to endorse my skills, right? To show that I am actually verified. Let's call it verified, yeah. So how do I do that? Okay. Okay, so this is my page and I want someone to verify. There's a tab there where you can say request recommendation. There's a plus tab there and you just click it and you can find someone that to recommend you. So I'm trying to look for it. It seems there's a problem with my that. Another thing you want to also do on LinkedIn is, okay, so let me show you all how you can generate your CV. When you've thoroughly filled out all these parts of your LinkedIn, you can easily generate your CV from your LinkedIn, such that whatever you have on LinkedIn is what will be on your CV documents. Okay. So there's a problem here. Let's see. So in this more, you can add more things. Okay, so this is saved to PDF, right? If I do this, it's downloading my CV from my LinkedIn. So this is how it will come out as. Can you see my screen, please? See my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. It's showing the CV, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So this is how it will generate it as a CV you can share to recruiters. No wonder most people would ask you, just give me your LinkedIn profile. So if you have not optimized your LinkedIn, please, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go ahead and optimize because it shows everything that a recruiter needs right now and even more. So please, we can't, there's a lot we can talk about LinkedIn, but we can't do it all here. I would advise you that you also go back and look at your page, look at it if it's optimized. If you filled out every part of your LinkedIn, don't forget to customize your URL so that it is unique to you and so that it doesn't have all those extra numbers behind. Customize your URL and then other things you need to do to make your LinkedIn stand out. And I wish you a very great professional journey. Another thing I want to talk about is the fact that as young professionals, you can actually leverage LinkedIn and get like a side hustle, which is what I'm currently doing. So people like Mr. Sam said earlier, people that visit your page or that look at what you do will know that you're doing a very good job. Like you are talking about what you're doing. You can do that too with other people's page. So they might reach out to you that could help them to take care or to manage their page. So if as a side hustle, it is a very good side hustle, right? You just manage their LinkedIn for them. It is also well paid. So you can also look at that when you've learned to use LinkedIn. You can also look at using it to get a side hustle. I mean, who doesn't need side hustle, right? So I wish you all a very great professional journey henceforth. Don't forget to be intentional about building your personal brand. Don't forget to be shamelessly self-promoting yourself, because as young professionals, if you don't tell your story, no one else would. We don't want a situation whereby someone would have worked in a company for some years and nobody would know the person. No. It's time for us to use the voice that we have to talk about what we are doing, to add value to ourselves and to others. And by so doing, the sky will be our starting point. So once more, we want to say a very big thank you to you all. And now it's time for questions and answer. So for those that have raised up their hands for questions, please. I see Kola Olaoluwani. Please, you want to speak now for your question. Hi, Kola.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Kola.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, yeah. My name is Kola Olaoluwani. I'm really happy for this, for being part of this seminar. It's something I've been looking out for and looking up to. I just thank God. I thank God I'm part of this. My question is this: I have a LinkedIn profile, but my challenge is how to optimize it and how to set up a LinkedIn profile for my business. I have a challenge with that, and I saw you while you are going through your LinkedIn page. I tried to do that, to open it up. I don't know, maybe you open it up on a browser. I don't know. So I've been trying to do that, but I'm unable to do that. So, and I would like to be guided on that. Thank you.
Okay, so I didn't really get your question. Did you say to optimize your profile and also set up a business account for your profile?
Yes, I've tried out to set up my business profile on LinkedIn,
so
but I'm unable.
Hi, Kola.
Yes, yeah.
So
okay.
For your business profile, are you using mobile or a laptop or a phone?
Yeah, I'm using a mobile phone.
Okay, so you can't be able to open a business profile via the app. But what you can do is to put your phone, go to Google Chrome and put your phone to what's it called? To mobile desktop view, yes. Then visit your LinkedIn from there and you'll be able to open under company, you'll be able to open a business profile there. And once you do that, you will see it on your LinkedIn profile when you enter your app. So you use the desktop to open the company account, then it will be added to your LinkedIn app. But you can't open a company account using your mobile phone. And about optimizing your profile, it's just like I showed you earlier, just fill out all the sections and be intentional about it. So fill out all the sections you have on LinkedIn, your experience, your education, your volunteer experience, your summary, your about, your headline. You must have all those sections on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not hearing you again. Okay, I think I've gotten you clearly. Thank you.
Hello, please, are you there?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me, please, Timmy?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
I think I'll just stop sharing so that I can see my Zoom. Okay, so who is raising? Oh, hi, David. I showed how to get your CV from LinkedIn. You missed us. I just showed it now when I was doing my presentation. Timmy, right? Hello, Timmy.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So David, I did, but what another thing we can do is we can talk more after here. So you can reach out to me so that I can show you that after the call. Any other questions, please? Someone was raising up the hand earlier.
We have two persons. We have our engineer Fatai Kasari and Olubumi Emmanuel.
Okay, so Fatai, you can unmute yourself and ask your question now.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Fatai.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, wonderful presentation. And the lecturer as well as the facilitator. So my question is whether to you or to the lecturer is it advisable for someone, or how will you advise someone who wants to build a business brand as well as a personal brand? Is it to have one LinkedIn profile, or you should have separate LinkedIn accounts rather?
Question, right? How would you advise someone to build, if he wants to build his business and his personal brand on LinkedIn? So the truth is, both kinds of pages serve different purposes, right? Your personal brand is for you as a person. Your business brand is for your business. So, for you to, so I've noticed too again with LinkedIn that personal brands is actually more, it has more reach than company brand, but then it's not everything you can put on your personal brand, right? So it's actually important to have the two, and you can build it concurrently. When I was sharing my screen earlier, you'd see under the company tab, you see other companies or other businesses are managing their LinkedIn page, right? So some are mine, some are not mine, and that is, so I do that concurrently. With LinkedIn, you can actually schedule posts.
Bye-bye.
If you're not talking, can you please mute the mic? Sorry, can you please mute your mic? Hello? So when you've opened, like I answered the person that asked earlier, when you've opened your company account on LinkedIn, when you go back to your personal page, you would also see it there, but then you post on them differently. So what you post on your personal is different. What you post on your company is different. So as the founder, you can talk about what you are building in the business as a person. But when you're writing on your company page, you write a different language, you write as an organization. So you can be more personal on your personal brand, but on your company page, you have to sound a bit official and some human. You would have to also sound human. So yeah, so you see companies like Deloitte, you see companies, you see NSE Ikeja, right? NSE Ikeja branch is not a personal page, it is a company page. That's different from a personal page. But pages like Engineer Messiah's page, pages like my page, Mr. Sam's page, those are personal pages. I don't know if you get that now, Fatai.
Yes, understood.
So you can build both of them concurrently. Once you've opened your company page on LinkedIn, when you go to your app, you can see it there. Please do well to do both of them and build them together. But also build a strong personal brand, as people would only buy from you when they know you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Emmanuel, please, your question.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Thank
you very much for the lecture so far, and I really appreciate the facilitators too. My question is, for instance, if I want to build a profile on my LinkedIn and I have some certification before now, and by now I just want to start including them on my page, is it good to still arrange them? According to the time I got it, or is going to arrange it according to the time I input them? You are talking about generating a CV, and your CV have to be according to the time you got all those certifications. Is it going to automatically arrange them, or is going to just put them according to the way I put it? That is the question I have.
Emmanuel, can you see my page?
Yes, I can see it.
So you would notice the certificate part of my page, right? You would see 2022. It's arranged from the earliest to the most recent. So if you look at it, it goes from 2022 and goes down. And as you're adding the certificates, for instance, I want to add a new one now. Let's say you just finished your power system training and you want to add the name power systems. You feel that, or power system. Let's just put power system. Let's just put this. You put your organization, you say NSE Ikeja branch. You put the month, so you can actually fix in the month you did that and the year you did that, and it would automatically put it to where it belongs to, either earlier or later. You get it? So just keep filling in your necessary certificates that you have, and LinkedIn would help you fix it up somewhere. For those of you that have done your graduate membership, please do well to add it to your of NSC or your corporate membership. Please do well to add it. And you can also put the document so that when it's clicked, your whoever is going to your profile clicks it, it will show them your certificates. You get, so please fill up your certificates section of your profile, as that's also an important one too for you as a professional. Okay, stop share.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Do we have another question in the group, or do we have our senior leaders that want to? Let me see if I can call them up. Senior leaders in. Hi, Timmy.
Yes, please, I'm with you.
So, do we have any other hands up?
No, not at all. We have engineer Akintola. I don't know, maybe you have one or two things you want to have. Engineer Akintola.
Engineer. So, Engineer Akintola, can you please unmute your mic and speak to us about the event?
Yeah, thank you. So really appreciate all of you. It has been a nice session. I just want to encourage you. Just continue. This is the way to go, and the Lord will continue to keep you true. Appreciate you all. Sorry, I came in late, so I missed most of the program. But the little I met, thanks to the guest that I must be talking from the UK, and this collaboration will go a long way in enlightening us, especially in that area of innovation and business. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Akintayo, FNSE. We really appreciate it. I also see our Vice Chairman, Engineer Nimot Muili. Ma, can you please unmute your mic and speak to us?
All right, thank you very much, Engineer Peace, and a great appreciation to Engineer Samuel Ajiboyede for his time, and he has said quite a lot. And for me, like he mentioned, that if you are not on LinkedIn, where else do you want to be? So please, I encourage you all to really revamp your LinkedIn profile, like he has mentioned. And he also mentioned some tools. If you are also not using ChatGPT, please make sure that you are using it. And there are some other content creation tools that you can actually explore, which I think maybe at another section that you want to have it, that can help you to be real, give you insight about the topics that you want to do, and also improve your profile. Because as a business owner, entrepreneurs, anyone seeking opportunity, or you want to change job, I mean, it has been said that's LinkedIn is one of the first things one of the first platforms that they probably want to check how you are doing. So even if you have not been doing anything there, so try and improve on it, and I'm sure you will really find it very useful for connecting with like minds and explore opportunities. So thank you, Peace, and the rest of the fund team for bringing this. It was quite insightful, and I wish us all good career projections. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. We truly appreciate your time. We thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. I don't know if there's anyone that has other questions or other remarks or other contribution. I see someone that asked of how he's looking for a way to join NSC Ikeja branch, Mr. Kola. So good enough, I currently serve as the membership officer of UFON NSC branch. You can please reach out to me and we can further the discussion later. Thank you very much, Kola, for that one. Can we get information on my email? Okay, we would find a way to do that. So I think that, do we have any other questions, any other contributions? Anyone wants to say anything about today's session or ask further questions? In the next few minutes, we can do that so that before 6, we would have rounded up today's session. Okay, I think we would like to have your contact. Please, can we get the recording? Okay, so I think it's been recorded and I think the link will be shared. I think, but whatever happens, you would get to know. So I'm on LinkedIn as Peace Ezeafeluke. Do well to connect with me on LinkedIn and let's continue this discussion. And we will be calling it a close here. Once more, I want to say a big thank you to you all that has made out for the past about 2 hours now to be with us, to start the second half of 2023 with us. I think our special guests had left already. So we'll just be doing the closing remarks. And to do that, we'll be calling on our publicity secretary, the person of Olaoye Lawrence Emile, GMNSE, to take the closing remarks. Hi, Timmy.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, please.
Thank you very much, Peace. You've actually done justice to today's event. That's a good and well-coordinated moderation, actually. So thank you very much. Your presentation was quite insightful as well. Thank you very much. And special thanks to our special guest as well, Engineer Samuel Ajiboye. We've really learned a lot of things, a whole lot of things from your presentation today. So thank you very much. I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself if I actually missed this section. So thank you very much. I think all the participants present here today have also gained 1 or 2 things from today's presentation. So special thanks to Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ikeja branch, for giving us such platform to learn and to become a better version of ourselves professionally. And thanks to YFON, NSE Ikeja branch leadership team that actually put this together. Special thanks to them. And special thanks to Engineer Hamia Messiah for actually spearheading this and ensuring that this come to pass. Thank you very much. And to all participants that make it this evening, special thanks to all of you all. We really appreciate your presence here. Please keep tab with our Nigerian Society of Engineers Ikeja branch LinkedIn page. Subsequent training and section like this will be coming up. Just keep tab and keep on checking so that you can always take part in such training. So thanks to everyone for your presence here today. We really appreciate and we wish you all the best in your professional career and your career goals. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Peace.
Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend and have a wonderful second half of the year. And don't forget to please start your LinkedIn journey for those that have not started. I'll still be on the call for the next 15 minutes in case you have other things you want to discuss. I'll still be here to respond. Thank you so much, everybody that joined. Adeni Yolayinka, for those that have been here with us. Franklin, thank you so much for being here from the beginning. Ayola Yobami, BJ Phillips, thank you very much. Dadara Zach, Echend David, we see you, bro. Thank you very much for being here. David Tuwere, Ehidi Amen, Engineer Thompson, Morolayo, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, everyone, for making out time to be here with us. We are NSE Ikeja branch and made to bits. Ochai Joy, thank you very much. Etim of Fonime, thank you. Morolayo Thompson, I've greeted you. Thank you so much. Nancy, we see you, we appreciate you. Thank you. Oluwatobi Ayomide, praise Elisha. Thank you so much. Mr. Udoak Udo, thank you. Thomas and Sikan, thank you so much. Stephen Ojikong, bro, well done, boss. Rachel Abolade Adebiye, we see you all. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us. Engineer Yusuf Abdulrazak Ogami, Ekushesa, good afternoon, good evening, boss. You still owe me my RAM, sir. Well, well done, sir. That day soon. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Mr. Olumide Shubiru, thank you so much for your time. Olusegun Olaopemipo, thank you so much. Rachel Abolade, we appreciate you for being here with us. Thank you. And we call it a wrap.
Thank you, everyone. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month to you, Engineer Amen.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Month, sir. Thank you, ma. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Timmy, well done.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, boss.